Right. So, some of you have been wearing a blindfold the whole service. Can you wave at me if you've had a blindfold on? Just wave. Right. You can now take your blindfold off. Today, we're thinking about blind Bartimaeus. How did you feel being blindfolded the whole service? How did it feel? Val? Weird. Anyone else? How did it feel being blindfolded? A bit lost, yes. Well, how did it feel when I said you can take your blindfolds off? What was that? Relieved? How did it feel when your blindfold came off? Good, good. Yes, can you imagine being Bartimaeus? You're blind from birth. You can't see anything. Jeremy, did you wear your blindfold? Where's he gone? You can take it off now, Jeremy. How did it feel, Jeremy? Yeah. Jeremy said to me at the beginning, I'm taking a collection today. He said, but for that point, I'm going to take it off. Because can you imagine, Jeremy coming down here, he can't see, camera goes over. He can't see who's put the collection in, what he's doing. He's vulnerable. Blind Bartimaeus and many other people in that town at that time were blind. It's not a nice feeling. Today, we're going to look at the journey of blind Bartimaeus. And all week, I've been saying to myself, it's 6 verses. How can we get a sermon out of 6 verses? What can we talk about? Because it's simple. They all came to Jericho and Jesus' disciples. There was a large crowd. Several of them were sat on the side of the road and they were blind and they were begging. When Bartimaeus heard Jesus was in town, and he began to shout, and what did he shout? That's right. So today we're going to talk about the persistence of Bartimaeus. We're going to talk about his action and his request. And we're going to talk about the healing journey of Bartimaeus being able to see. It was Passover. Lots and lots of people were in town. We are told there were many blind beggars. We're going to think about the transition of spiritual darkness, what it's like before you've seen the light of Christ, and the light into a new healing journey. We're going to talk about perseverance, persistence. It's the ability to stay on a course of action even when you face difficulties and obstacles, to be able to continue. And many of you who know me well will know that give me a map and I don't know where I am, give me a map and I still don't know where I am. So on Monday, I had to go to West London, which I don't do very often, and there I got lost. I will hear more about that. Have any of you seen the programmes about the pilgrimages? BBC, I think. No? Well, we've got somebody with us today, a very special guest, who's been on the pilgrimage. Would you like to come to the front, Hilary? Hilary, tell us where you went to.
It wasn't just me, it was Ruth as well. Ruth's here too. Last November, 5 of us walked what's called the Camino Inglesi, which is one of the Camino routes, the pilgrim routes to Santiago de Compostela.
And what preparation did you do before you went?
Well, we had quite a lot of discussion about footwear and waterproofs and blister plasters. And everything that we were taking, we had to carry. So you didn't want to take too much.
Thank you. And what were your thoughts when you were actually there? What was it like during that journey with other pilgrims?
Sort of thought-provoking. Some of the times when we were walking, we chatted. Some of the times we walked alone. All we had to do each day was walk. And so there was plenty of time to think.
And what was you don't have to share this, but you can. What was your biggest thought that provoked you the most?
I don't know.
That's all right. It's okay not to know. And then when you returned, you'd left all your friends that had done the journey. How did that feel?
It was nice coming home feeling refreshed. And I think when you've been away doing something like that, you come back sometimes with just a kind of a new perspective.
Thank you, Hilary. In the Bible, Christians refer to endurance, and endurance is encouraged. Why did you have to wear good boots, Ruth, on your walk? That's it. Keep going without sore feet. Now, as Christians, a reference book. What is that? Tell me. It's the Word of God. It's the Bible. Who knows what's happening in London today? The marathon. A few facts about the marathon. It was founded in 1981. It is the most massive record-breaking event there is. And in 2025, do you know how much money was raised for charity on the Marathon Sunday? Any ideas? Some guesses? $1 million. Yes, they raised more than $1 million. They raised over £1 billion for charity in 2025. Bartimaeus sat by the road. He heard that Jesus was coming. He shouted at the top of his voice. He had faith, and that faith in action. Can somebody read Hebrews 10 and verse 35 to 39 for me? Hebrews 10, 35 to 39. Nigel's getting there. Good. Go on, please read it. Perseverance. We have faith. Faith is what will save us. We are sure in what we hope for, that verse said. We are sure as Christians to run, to endure, to be a disciple. All those things come from faith. To finish well, to complete the race. No, that's my paper says. 1 Corinthians 9 says, you do not know that in a race all runners run, but only one gets the prize. Run in such a way as to get the prize. Everyone who competes in the games goes into strict training. Hilary and Ruth had to train to do all the walking. They do it to get a crown that will not last forever. Therefore, I do not run like a man running aimlessly. I do not fight like a man beating the air. No, I beat my body, make it my slave, so that after I have preached to others, I myself will not be disqualified from the prize. There's a prize at today. All the runners will get medals. What was the action? What was the action of Bartimaeus when he heard that Jesus was coming? Then we come to think that, why did he shout? How did he know who Jesus was? He'd been blind all his life, but he'd clearly been taught about the Son of God. He'd been taught. So he shouted. And in the noise of hundreds of people being around, Jesus heard his voice. He heard that one voice in the crowd. Now the crowd had been saying to him, shush, shush, shut up, will you? Will you give me a break? Shut up. But Jesus heard the voice. He hears each of us. Whatever your cry to God, you are heard. You are heard by the Son of God. On Monday, I was in West Kensington meeting an old friend. We had our coffee, and she had iced coffee, and we had a brownie, and we just sat there, and we were in a graveyard. And I thought, oh, graveyards are like kind of my home because of what I do now. But we were in a graveyard. And she looked at me and she said, Yvonne, tell me what you believe was. Tell me what you believe. Do you ever get that opportunity? What is your response? I was saying, whoa, I've known this lady, and all of a sudden she said, tell me the nub of what you believe Christian-wise. And then on Tuesday, I met another woman, and she said to me, Yvonne, you're the one with religion, but what do you think prayer is about? I want a bit more action amongst us now. I want you to get into groups of 2 or 3, and I'm going to give you a little task. So turn around, face the person behind you, get into a group. Are you in your groups? Are we there? I want you to tell each other, three words that express what your answer to the questions I was posed with are. Three words that say what you believe. So if I say to you, as a Christian, what do you believe? I want you to say three words to each other that sum it up. You done it? And then I want you to say three words to each other about what is your answer about what do you believe about prayer? Three words. Thank you. Does anyone want to share any of those two sets of three words? Anyone want to shout a word out loud? Nigel?
We believe Christianity is love, hope, forgiveness, and hope.
Love, hope, and forgiveness.
No, love, forgiveness.
Love, forgiveness, and hope. Any other? Seek. And what about prayer? Seek was prayer. Need and listen. Good. Jesus said to Bartimaeus, what do you want? You're making heck of a racket there. What do you want? And Bartimaeus said, to see. And Jesus walked away, and Bartimaeus could see. His faith, we're told, gave him healing. And what I would say to each one of us this morning is, what do you want? Ask Jesus. Life is a journey. We're all given a different place to be on that journey. We all have an action, a spiritual action that we should take. It's prayer. Jesus can be and is our Alpha and Omega. He's the beginning and the end of our lives. We just need to ask him, and we need to cry out, Son of God. That's it. Amen. Thank you.